in between everyone in America that suffers from a lack of privilege, rather that be class-based, wealth-based, race-based, gender-based, sex-based, etc. And it's all about reducing those barriers, okay? We want to make it as easy as possible for people to quote unquote have access to that laptop.
Just name me
regardless of what that means.
Name one barrier that's out there that can stop somebody from achieving success. If they are born and raised in the United States and they have the ability to get back and forth to school, what is one barrier that's going to stop it? Just one.
I literally just described
Didn't Dean just describe one to you? Holy shit.
And then I gave you several ways that anybody with any form of drive or compassion for what they want to do, I'm sorry, I said that wrong, or any passion for what they want to do would have found ways to get around those barriers, right? I gave you immediately off the top of my head several instances where you could have immediately...
I'm going to be honest, if I didn't have that laptop, I never would have done it, because A, I was 12 or 13, maybe I never thought about going into my school computer lab. B, it was at elementary and middle school, they don't let kids in early unsupervised to play on their computers, and C, any other possible explanation that would have inevitably lead to me not actualizing upon that opportunity. At the end of the day is, there will always be people that fail to access opportunity due to systemic barriers that do exist. How do we address them? Do we call them pieces of shit, and do we commend and do we bash on them and say, well, you coulda, shoulda, woulda? Here's the wasting of my intellectual resources on 1,000,000,001 things you could have done to overcome that opportunity, which will never be actualized into the reality around us. And this is proven given history. Baka, thank you for the subscription. Or instead, do we advocate for government reform to reduce those barriers to those opportunities in the first place? I actually really relate what you're saying right now to like virtue signaling. You're like, oh, 1,000,000,001 ways to get around that barrier to access opportunity. In reality, those barriers stop people. You can't refute that. So what are we going to do about it? We're not going to sit here and waste our intellectual resources. We're going to remove the damn barriers. And removing those damn barriers is going to end up generating better outcomes in the long term.
Is this a monologue, or are you going to let me rebuttal? There is barriers for everybody, right? But everybody has the same air and opportunity to get around those barriers. You can't say that, oh, well, those barriers stop me. Well, that's your fault. That's your problem. That's not my fault nor my problem that the barriers stopped you. All you had to do is be a little bit more dedicated to what you truly believed in, and it would have happened for you. The same that it happened for every single other person that's found success in this world.
Okay, yeah. So, I mean, just out of curiosity, let's just say pregnancy is a barrier. A 12-year-old girl gets raped and gets pregnant. Do you think that she should be given government resources to account for that barrier to help her get around it?
Yep, it's called abortion.
Would you be okay with that being government funded if she couldn't pay for it?
Sure.
Thank you. Well, I mean, I just used a very extreme circumstance of an obvious fucking barrier, right, that will reduce access to opportunity. And then I introduced the idea of a government system that could help the person get around the barrier.
So are you saying that
accidental liberal W?
So are you saying that right now in the United States of America?
All right, I'm gonna. You're good, don't worry. You're good.
So what you're saying is if a 12-year-old got raped, right, and then...
Have we spoken before, by the way, Tommy?
Yes.
I remember you. I let this conversation run out because I just kind of wanted to share some of my experiences and how they could relate to this topic, and I thought that I may genuinely be able to change your mind. But I'm recognizing now that I can't change your mind, and we've already talked, so I'm going to move on to the next guest. By the way, guys, let me know if I'm lagging in the chat. I'll take 5 seconds and do just a quick restart of the app, like the stream won't end or anything. But just let me know if I'm lagging down below. We're going to get our next guest up in here. You guys, if you are MAGA, make sure to let me know down below in that chat, and I'll happily bring you up for a conversation. And then if you do want to support me, my Venmo as well as my PayPal are in my bio as well. But let's go and get our next guest up in here. And Chris, thank you so much for the $10 donation on PayPal. I do appreciate you for the love, Chris. Everybody, please show some love to Chris, you guys. What is going on? Did you vote for Trump?
Hey, what's up, man? Yeah, I did.
You sure did. Have we spoken before?
Yeah, one time. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you're good, dude. I'm just looking for people that I haven't already spoken to. and I recognized you. We're going to move on to our next guest. We are looking for some crazy, insane MAGA droids to shit on and win the debate. Someone's going to take that seriously, and I'm going to be in trouble. Yo, what's going on? Did you vote for Trump?
Hello.
How old are you?
I'm 19.
What year were you born in?
2005.
Okay, works out. Did you vote for Trump?
Could I actually ask you about something?
You didn't vote for Trump, and I think that you're lying about your age, so we're going to move on to our next guest. Stella! Thank you for the $3 on PayPal saying, love you guys. Thank you for all that you do. Oh, love you, Stella. You're awesome. Next guest, loading up. Hey. All right. Phenomenal. Just got to get our next guest up in here. This guy called me a racist in the chat. I really hope that he loads in. I love this argument so much. It's always so fun to steel man the fuck out of. We're going to get our next guest up in the box. Just looking for debates. Continue to spam Trump. Continue to spam MAGA. Continue to spam 2024 in the chat if you want to come up and debate. What's up, Jake? Jakey boy, my man. Did you vote for Trump? You motherfucker.
Fucking hell, you yank cunt.
Okay, don't call me a cunt. First of all, it's rude. Second of all, did you vote for Trump?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Okay, God. Well, let's check your residency status real quick due to your accent there. What time is it? Oi, bruv. What time is it? Is that a way that you understand? Got him, chat. Got him. We're going to move on to our next guest, everybody. Let's go and move on to our next guest, y'all. Hello, Adrian. Did you vote for Trump?
Yeah. Hey, Dean. I just want to say I'm a big fan of your debates. I saw you during the election trail, and I just think you did a really good job. I like you and Parker's debate styles. I just have a little critique. You are such a patient person. You give some people you give them a lot of patience, and I mean, you're a better man than I am in that sense. I'll give you that.
Well, I mean, W, I appreciate you for coming up, Adrian. You obviously didn't vote for Trump. W, look at that, you guys. In the last 6 months, we've successfully went from the annoying debater that doesn't let anyone speak to the annoying debater because he lets people speak too much. I'll take it. W. Yo, Aaliyah, thank you for the $5 donation.
Morning.
I'm actually going to say that one more time.
Dutch.
Show some love to Leah down below the chat. We're going to move on to our next guest, you guys. We got Sit Talk loading in. Thank you so much for the $5 donation. W's for Aaliyah. W's in the chat. And Cadence, thank you for the money gun. I appreciate you so much. Oh, I see someone that I want to bring up. Let's go. Jesse Johnson, you just got fucking sniped. Kristen, thank you for the galaxy. I appreciate you. And Rin, thank you for the sunglasses. You guys are phenomenal. Thank you, everyone, for the love. If you want to support me, my Venmo, my PayPal, or my bio. Hello, Jesse Johnson. Did you vote for Trump?
I voted for, I wrote in RFK. So does that qualify me?
We've talked before.
We have talked before. We have.
It doesn't qualify. Thanks for coming up, though. So stupid. Alexia, thank you for the $2 on Venmo saying that your intelligence is so attractive. Okay. I appreciate you for the $2 donation. That's very kind of you. Abby with a $5 donation on Venmo saying thank you for all that you do. Being the voice that we were denied, it means the world. Abby, I love you. Thank you so much for the support. W's for Abby. W's for Alexia. You guys are sweet. And continue to spam MAGA down below in the chat if you want to come up and debate. We're going to go ahead and just start spamming people in our queue to get them all up here. Spam them all. Spam MAGA if you voted for Trump. We want to hear from you. All right, motherfuckers. We want to hear from you. Hello, Jaden. Did you vote for Trump? Boom! Smited. Moving on. Spam it. Spam it. Spam MAGA. Spam dump if you voted for the orange.
Can't join
Losing my
again.
mind. Oh my God. Wait, you're the one that called me a mean word. Grace, thank you for the $2 on PayPal. All right, bro. You could hang out here while we're looking for our next guest, but tell me what the fuck your problem is. You got like 30 seconds before I get someone else up here.
Relax, bro. I'm busy. I just think you're fucking jarring, mate, to be honest with you. I think you need to cut that hair. I think you need to cut that hair.
jarring?
I think you need to go to the gym because you're a skinny little run and you fucking, yeah, you're annoying, bruv. Simple as that.
Is this because your girlfriend DM'd me the other day?
Oh,
could
bro,
block
she
her if it
ain't
makes you feel
DMing you.
any
Look
better.
at the state of that. No way she's DMing you. Look at you. You need to push those teeth as well.
Man, listen. I've been there too. We all have
Brush
denial.
those teeth because your teeth looks like sweet corn, man.
Brush
If
those
you-
teeth, mate.
If you, oh, is there another British chirper?
No, this is a fake accent.
Oh, okay. Well, you're funny. Oh, hey Jake, just have a question real quick. Are you ready?
Yes, brother.
What's 4 squared?
16. Suck on that, you yellow teeth prick.
It's always like it's like, okay, Jake, listen, I'm gonna be honest. Like, listen, you're pretty stupid. You really are. Like, instead of like engaging with these spaces where I disagree with you with good reason and valid argumentation and I stay level-headed, you instead just start popping off like being mean, whatever the hell. I get it, right? I get it. But like, for whatever reason, everyone from Europe knows their basic
Europe, what's
subtraction, addition from Europe, not from the Europe, multiplication and division in their continents. See, that's one thing that you guys have over us here in America. Kat, thank you for the subscription. You know, there's a lot of stupid people in the world, and there's some stupid people from America that'll come up.
Yeah,
and
the
say same shit as you.
majority are
They
from
can't tell me
America.
what
though.
4
That's the
squared
thing.
is.
The majority are from America.
Majority of stupid people?
Yeah.
No, Jake, you exist.
Oh, boring.
Yeah, you carry much more weight. You shift the standard deviation, okay? Or you're just like so abysmally bad. All right, like maybe if we exclude outliers, a majority of stupid people would reside in America. But when we're just looking at that raw average, bro, you fuck it
I can
up.
smell your breath from here. I can smell your breath from here. Do us a favour and shut up.
Oh,
Cheers,
no
brother.
worries, you're on the
I'm
live. You like how it smells? Want to smell close? You
Disgusting.
keep talking about my mouth. Why are you talking about my mouth so much? You want to kiss me?
Because it stings.
Then why are you still up here? You could
just like that haircut. Surely,
The haircut
what
doesn't
what
stink.
does your barber do for a job?
wait, I'm so sorry. You don't find me attractive. Should I want you to find me attractive?
What does your barber do for a job?
I mean, you just said it. He's a barber.
Jesus. You need to have a strong word with him. That is awful.
Okay. What haircut should I get, Jake?
Anything but that.
Give me an example.
I think a mullet would suit you.
You know, I had a mullet for a long time. I liked it, Jake. You should go look at it on my page and tell me.
Because that is awful.
Go tell me. Wait. Tell me if you like it. I'm actually going to show you a picture of my mullet.
Yeah, go on then, bruv.
I'm actually going to show you a picture of my mullet. Tell me if you like it.
Yeah, go on.
Here we go. Everybody, give us a moment. We're hanging out with Jake for a little bit, okay, you guys? Yeah, there's a mullet.
Yeah.
Let's see if it pops up. Okay, no, I'm gonna have to remove the background here. Just give me a moment. I literally am just pulling it up in my recent little video here where I had a picture of the mullet. See, there's a mullet. Does that look good?
Better than what's on your head now, yeah.
No, I need to know if it looks good, not better than. Does it look good?
Decent.
Well, okay. Well, then what would look good, Jake?
Skin fade.
Skin. Oh no, that's not me. My hair's too blonde for that.
Skin fade, bro. Get out the American hype and get skin fade on your knot.
Okay, bye, Jake. Dude. Okay, I'm sorry. I was having a little bit of fun with Jake. We'll go ahead and move on. My chat froze. Everybody, do just give us a minute. All right, we got our next guest loading in right now. Everybody, do just give us a minute. I see RC's chilling down in the chat. RC, bro. We haven't talked politics yet, man. Ren G, I appreciate you so much for the galaxy. That's incredibly kind of you. Thank you so much, Ren G. Thank you so much. What's up, Ben? Did you vote for Trump?
I sure did.
You're not 18.
Yes, I am.
What fucking year were you born in?
What?
Oh, moving on. Moving on to our next guest. Let's go ahead and see what our next guest has to say. Okay. All right. Spam mag in the chat. We need to find a debate. Quite frankly, we do. Jasmine, thank you for the $10 on PayPal, saying I promise not all British people are like this. No, I trust you, Jasmine. I fuck with the Brits. Not that guy though. But thank you for the $10. And Kelly, thank you for the $1 on Venmo. I appreciate you, Kelly and Jasmine. If anybody else would like to donate, my Venmo as well as my PayPal are in my bio. We're going to move on to our next guest. Everybody, do give us a minute. Hello, Jason. You just asked me if I'm xenophobic against Puerto Ricans.
Yes, because Chris, you didn't notice that the Puerto Rico governor, Jennifer Gonzalez Colon, endorsed Donald Trump?
Say that one more time.
You didn't notice that the Puerto Rican governor, Jennifer Gonzalez Colon, endorsed Donald Trump?
Well, I just don't care.
No, we should care because guess what?
Why?
Dean, Puerto Rico is part of the United States.
Nah,
since
Puerto Rico's base.
1898.
Puerto Rico's based. Nah,
No.
don't get me twisted. Puerto Rico's based. I quite frankly love
It is-
Puerto Rico. Okay? But I don't really care about the governor endorsing Trump.
But Dean, think about it. When
I'm pretty sure you're a fetus, so we're gonna move on to the next guest. Yeah, I don't know why they call me Chris. Whatever the hell. Aaliyah, thank you for the $3 on Venmo for the mullet fun. Maggie, thank you for the $5 on Venmo. Say I look forward to these live every day. Sierra with a $5 on Venmo, saying glad to see you're in a good mood today. Dude, I am in a good mood. Quite frankly, I'm in a great mood. I won't lie. We're going to move on to our next guest here. We got Wit loading up in. Cadence, thank you for the $5 on Venmo, saying any updates on merch? Would love to buy some from you. Yeah, I'm just slow, and it gives me anxiety to think about it, so I don't think about it, if I'm being honest. God, I need to launch some merch. Who in here would buy a Dean flag? Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you buy a Dean flag. Put a 1 in the chat. Oh, someone's saying that I'm running. I love inviting very interesting people up from the chat. Andy, you don't even have access to the guest requests. Shut your ass up. This guy's like, keep running from me, Dean. But meanwhile, he can't even request to join the live. Is that like a Russian asset? Do we have like an NPC in the live? Oh, dear God. All right, we got our next guest loading up in. What's going on? How old are you? Dude! I'm going to lose my mind. How old are you?
10, 24 now.
Get the fuck out of here. You are a fetus. Ali, thank you for the $5 on Venmo, saying how was filming yesterday. I didn't end up going out, but I appreciate you for the love. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we need to go over the ground rules of the live one more time before we hop back into the debates. Please only be in the queue if you voted for Trump, meaning you got to be from America, and you're at least 18 years old. Those are the 2 rules to come up on my live. If you violate either of those 2 rules, I'm just going to immediately kick you, okay? Gray, thank you for the $6.66 on PayPal. I do really appreciate you for the love, Gray. W's for Gray in the chat. That is so incredibly kind of you. And I'm not going to feel bad or apologetic about it in the slightest because we got to hop on. You know what I mean? Doll, thank you for the 10 gifted subs. Holy shit, Doll. I do appreciate you for the love. W's for Doll down below for the 10 gifted subs. And Anonymous with the $25 on PayPal. I appreciate you for the love, Anonymous. W's for Doll and W's for Anonymous. Thank you guys so much for the love. W's for Doll and W's for Anonymous. And Michelle, thank you for the $5 on PayPal as well. And Kenny, thank you for the Galaxy. What's up, Decor? Did you vote for Trump?
Hello. No, I did not. I was in the queue.
I'm so sorry. I love you. I'm so sorry, but you heard what I said. We gotta just immediately kick you. And I feel so bad. Should we talk to Jackson about this?
What's going on, man?
Hello, Jackson.
How are you?
I'm doing all right. So I'm contemplating if I even want to like have this discussion with you, because
to be honest, brother, I just have one question for you,
Do it.
Because I asked Harry and I asked Parker already.
Okay.
So my thing is more so less about like critiquing the fact of somebody who already voted for Trump. More so, what would you say in 2028 when it comes down to, JD Vance most likely going up against Kamala Harris? What would you do to convince somebody who is formerly Republican, who had voted for Trump, to vote for Kamala Harris as opposed to JD Vance?
Sure. You got a bit of background noise going on there. Do you mind if I mute you while I speak? Blah. Yeah, so sure. I mean, a lot of this conversation is going to involve like their respective policy, right? And we'd have to know about like their respective policy. And of course, just because we're 4 years out from the election and no campaigns have been announced, we don't have enough information for that yet. But like generally, there's like one thing that I do know about the 2028 election that is very impertinent. And that is abortion. The same thing that was important in this election. So you have a handful of years here. If there's anything that I could recommend to you, start looking in. I don't know if you're pro-life or pro-choice. I'd assume that you're pro-life.
I'm actually pro-choice.
Great, phenomenal, great. So
I was pro-life, but me and my girlfriend had argued about it multiple times. But she brings up a valuable point. It's more important to focus on what I can control versus what I can't. And what I can't control is the fact of who I get pregnant. And if I get somebody pregnant, I think I should have a say. Obviously, it's not the ultimate choice, but I should have a say in what goes on. But if like Susie down the street gets pregnant for whatever reason, it's not my fucking problem.
Let's talk about that. I bet sure. I bet I could convince you otherwise. Okay. This is exciting. Okay. Perfect. Is there anywhere in your house that's a little bit more quiet?
I'm going to go to the balcony right now. Hold on.
Cool.
All
right.
Proceed with what you're saying because I can hear you.
Cool. So you're saying if you get a woman pregnant, then you should have a say. Oh, what's the best way to go about this? Let's see here. Well, I want to see exactly what you mean by this. I want to see how far you're willing to reach so I know what I have to debate against. If your girlfriend got pregnant and you wanted to keep the child and she wanted to get an abortion, do you think she should be legally allowed to get an abortion?
Oh, definitely. She should be 100% legally entitled to that. No doubt about it.
Are you just saying that if a boundary for your relationship is like you are going into a relationship looking for a partner who is willing to hear you out and give you a say if that scenario were to occur?
My thing is that every relationship that I've gotten into, I voiced that like, listen, I look forward. I don't get into this for fun, for shits and giggles. This is not what I'm here for. I'm here for long term, and I'm also somebody who wants a child. If that's not something that you're interested in, then keep it moving, and that's it. Like I set my boundaries up front, so I usually go like, if something happens where we happen to have a pregnancy in our hands, and maybe it's something that we're not prepared for, I would. Regardless if I'm not prepared for it or I'm 100% pro-life with my circumstance because it is my child and I have more of a connection with that child emotionally.
Oh, are you just saying like, so all that you're saying here is ultimately, if you had a partner that got pregnant and she got an abortion, you'd break up with her?
No, I wouldn't break up with her, but I would be disappointed and I would be like, we should have that discussion. It's not like I would be like, oh, well, you're pregnant with my child, you're having it. It's not that. It's more like we should have a discussion. I should definitely have an opinion and a say into what happens. Ultimately, it is not my decision, but I do want to have a discussion and have a say where my opinion does matter.
So you're looking for a partner who's willing to hear you out if those circumstances were to occur.
Yeah.
I think, is it crazy that I say that's fair?
Yeah,
like you're just kind of like you're like I hold a different personal value. I hold a different personal value than you do there, but you are saying that that is like something that you would personally be looking for in a relationship, and that would be known to the woman, and she'd also be opting to exist inside of a relationship due to those boundaries. That's very fair. Jackson, dude, Jackson, you're so cool, man. You're cool. I swear to God, I see it in you. Like, I could totally tell that you used to be like this raging Republican. Like, even just the way, like, oh man, like you're doing good. Is there anything else? I mean, I think we've determined that that's fair.
Honestly, I'm just like I'm sticking around for your lives because you usually, I don't know, lately you haven't necessarily been debating Trump. You've more so been debating the leadership role thing, and I've already came to that conclusion. So I stick around because, like, obviously I like hearing the debates, but I'm still kind of sticking around and waiting for these type of debates where you debate about Trump, so that way I can formulate an opinion based on what you say. Because as I told you before, I never really heard you out prior to the voting process. Like, some people tell me, oh, too late, but it's like, I don't think it's too late to educate myself and say, okay, you know what, maybe I made a mistake or maybe I didn't, but I still want to hear you out and hear what you have to say.
Do you want to talk about some of the reasons why you voted for Trump to see if I could give you some pushback?
Yeah, sure. My whole stance on the Trump thing was more so the it's like life experience. I experienced life with Trump and without Trump, and I'd say my life went better when Trump was in office versus not.
Yeah.
So it was more so based on that.
Yeah. You know, and it's funny. Anybody that has ever watched my lives can absolutely attest to the fact. By the way, just try to mute yourself when you're not talking. There's like a lot of background noise. Caden, thank you for the galaxy. I appreciate
And
you.
for those saying that I'm not American, I'm dual citizen. I was, like I'm dual citizen, Canada and American. So you can stop that.
Yeah. So like for anybody that's watched my lives, this is something that I've said a lot. I'll never get mad at that argument. And the reason I'll never get mad at that argument is because I have been there and had that exact thought process myself. I think that is like a very intro to politics thought process that a lot of people hold to when they don't achieve further, when they don't like achieve like a further level of more nuanced education on politics, policy, and government as it would relate to the last 8 years. So that's fine, right? But I'm happy that you're up here so I could give you my perspective on things. I'm absolutely positively fine with saying that the average American was better in 2018 than 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024. Now we're kind of getting into a little bit of iffy. I think things are finally starting to get better again. But the point is you're right, okay? But here's my perspective on the issue. I think the only reason we're worse off now is because of the pandemic. And in fact, you need to shift your perspective away from the Biden-Harris presidency has caused this harm onto the American people. Thereby, they don't know how to manage an economy or pass functional policy. And you should rather shift your mindset towards how good was Biden and Harris's response to COVID that destroyed our economy, and how effective were they at achieving the best possible outcome for the American people. Think of it like you get your arm cut open. Maybe you have an accident at work, and you have like 10 doctors come to you, and you're trying to determine the best doctor that can fix you up. Maybe it'll be the one that could clean it the best. Maybe it'll be the one that could stitch it up the best. At the end of the day, you're still going to be hurt. Your arm's still going to be cut, and you're still going to have a long healing process in front of you. But which one of these 10 doctors in front of you is going to make it go the fastest, the quickest, and the easiest? And that's the way that I look at the Biden-Harris administration and their response to COVID. They came in to an economy that was fucking broken because of the pandemic. We're talking supply chain issues, global. We're talking about oil shortages. We're talking about an insane amount of inflation onset by economic stimulus. And if we didn't have the economic stimulus, we would have entered into a recession. And I think that the Biden-Harris administration did a really good job at mitigating those bad things caused by COVID. And my evidence for this is a comparison between America after the pandemic and every other country in the G7. Right? We rebounded the quickest from COVID. We rebounded the quickest from slow GDP growth. We rebounded the quickest from inflation. We rebounded the quickest from supply chain issues. And I'd say that is absolutely because of the Biden-Harris administration and their effective policy. Do you kind of understand my thought process there?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I completely understand.
Yeah. And then at the end of the day, about the economy under Trump, he had a really good economy his first 2 years. Okay. And I think the reason he did is because Obama set him up for success. We just had a continuation of the same macroeconomic trends in the first 2 or 3 years of Trump's term as we had in the last 4 of Obama's. The same trends. What can we attribute to Trump? One thing we could very easily attribute to Trump, the fact that he didn't fuck it up too bad. Okay, that's fair. But now let's talk about if he was a really good leader for the economy that made it prosperous. That's where we have to start looking at his policy that he passed and evaluate it for its efficacy. The only economic policy that really comes to mind is his tax cuts. And those were poor. They helped the rich people too much, and they cost a lot of money. They didn't help the low and the middle class enough. We had no real way to pay for them. They didn't grow our GDP by that much, only 0.02% per year. And they didn't lead to any new business investment on the macro scale. So I'd say that overwhelmingly his economic policy in his first presidency was pretty poor, but not detrimental.
My other question to you, you already answered it earlier on in this live when you were debating against somebody else, where you said if there was a good Republican candidate, you would vote for them if obviously they were the better option as opposed to the Democratic one. That was going to be my next option. Was like, not my next option. My next question was like, are you 100% Democrat through and through, or is it just what's better for the people?
It will forever be country and humanity over party, and it always should be that way. Our country is so fucking tribal, and a lot of that is because of partisan media, and we now treat politics like an NFL game, and it sucks. I'd happily vote for a Republican if they were a better candidate than a Democrat. And I do it with pride, enthusiasm, and patriotism in our country.
So, last thing I will say, don't stop doing what you're doing, because when the 2028 election comes around and people need infirmities and people need education and people need information, definitely, as myself, I will definitely turn to listening to your lives to debate the two candidates who are going to be going up against each other when that comes around, so that I can formulate my opinion not only based on what I think, but also the information that you're willing to give. I appreciate you 100% for everything that you do. And the next thing, lastly, before I go, I joined Parker and Harry, and before I left, I had told them, I was like, yeah, I wanted to join and just talk to you guys, ask you that question, because I had a good conversation with Dean, and he was really, really nice and everything. And as soon as I got off, they were like, that's the first time anyone has ever spoken highly of Dean after debating him. Because apparently you leave a trail of people apparently getting upset. But I personally didn't have that experience with you.
No, country. It's because I really like you. You are a rational individual, and I think that you dictate your decision-making processes with very little bias, and I appreciate you for that, and I have a lot of respect for you. So
I think most people should be like that. Most people should be, especially Republicans, should be more open-minded as opposed to coming in here and screaming out slurs and insulting you for your physique or for your haircut or for nonsense like that. Instead of coming in here and spewing nonsense, like just sit in and get education. And if you don't like it and you still don't side with him because you're completely biased and you lean towards the right, then just stay there. There's no reason to join in here and scream out slurs. You're here for education. You're not here to insult anybody. And that's it. You know what I mean? Well, and that's why I enjoy coming into your lives, regardless if my political views don't completely align with yours, because you debate multiple topics. Go on.
Well, Jackson, I appreciate you for coming up, man. I'm going to move on to the next guest. Thank you for this nice little intermission.
I will be in the comment section. Keep doing your thing, brother.
It's good to talk to you as always. Have a good one, man.
Of course, man.
All right, we're going to go to move on. Yes, that is like, dude, he's like seriously like the first Trump person that voted for Trump that I've had very genuine and real respect for. It's crazy how incredibly rare that is, right? It's just crazy how rare that is. I feel like that should be how all of these conversations go. Bro's okay. Yeah, no, dude. I mean, he honestly, he reminds me of myself. He does. He reminds me of myself a lot. And I bet another handful of years, my projection is he'll be just as lived out as I am. All right, we're gonna go to get our next guest up in here. In the meantime, guys, make sure that we're double tapping away in that phone screen. I'm gonna go ahead and just text Parker back real quick, y'all. So everybody, just do give us a minute. I'm just gonna kind of pause everything for 1 second. Just had to shoot him a text. There we go. Bring Parker back. He may pop up. We're gonna go and get our next guest up in here right now. We got him loading in. Did anyone just hear that sound? Or was that just me? Did anyone? Okay. Oh, am I tripping? No. Okay. I just heard like a strange sound. Sounded like a guy talking. I don't know where that came from. It was a gloss. It was a gloss. Crazy. There's a merge between the word glitch and the word ghost. Craziness. Dude. Oh, man. I'm so happy the live finally got pushed today, you guys. Honestly, I'm at 4 hours, dude. I only go for 4 hours with my debates. I try to cap it there. We could continue to do these debates. I'm kind of just thinking about like a Q&A. You guys want to do a Q&A for a little bit? I try to only go 4 hours. And the reason I try to only do 4 hours of debates a day is because when I do more, I'm going to be honest. I'm just going to be like super transparent. It makes me depressed. So yeah, mental health is real, y'all. Mental health is real. You know, that's fair. Yeah, it also keeps it so I have less burnout. You know, like imagine if like your job was to argue for 4 hours like every day, 7 days a week. You know what I mean? It's a bit, dude. It is a bit. I love it, but it's like to a certain extent. You know what I mean? Like there's a very fine line there. And I think after doing it for a bit over a year, I've determined that 4 hours is a good. Actually, my brother has friends that were professional lawyers like 15, 20 years into their careers. And then they quit because they got sick and tired of arguing with people every day. And I just want to make sure that's not me. Quite frankly, that's not me. All right, for the 7.2 thousand people in here, I think we're actually going to go ahead and go over to my backup account. We're going to hang out on there. We're going to do a Q&A, and we're also going to absolutely poopy on Parker in some battles. That's going to happen. But we actually need to talk before I go, because I need to get y'all hyped and ready. I need to get you guys hyped and ready. We need to whip Parker's booty butt in these battles so incredibly hard. We have to whip his booty butt the hardest it has ever been whipped. That's right. Every single one of you. Say it with me. We're going to spank him. We're going to spank him so hard. Sometimes I forget you're real people. No, that's terrible. I would never say that standing in front of a stadium of 7.2 thousand people looking at me. I would never. I would never. Wait. That's not the real backup. Well, I mean, it is the real backup, but it's live banned right now, so we can't go to it. I would never. Yeah, I think Dean Get a Grip is banned right now. I think that we got to go to Dean C. Dean. All right, you guys. Sid, feel free to do that again, but with Dean C. Dean. At Dean C. Dean. That's where we're going. Yeah, the Dean Get a Grip account is banned right now. All right, you guys. For the 6.6 thousand people come over, it's fun. I mean, hey. There's actually been a lot of edits that I've seen on my For You page from these second account streams that we have with Parker. I get quite silly, quite goofy, quite funny. So, yeah, let's go do it. I will see you guys there at DNC Dean.